that is a lot of requests.
You ready?
Yep. Let's do this. Well, I think that takes care of them.
Not bad.
Doug, you've got...
What?
Never mind. Hey guys, welcome to Film Learnin, the show dedicated to learn you some filmmaking and learn you good. Now, I think this effect's been requested a few times. Yeah, just a few. Now guys, I know I said in last week's vlog that I would be doing Iron Fist this week and Lightning Throw next week, but I decided to switch them up as I had a rough week sleep-wise and I'm still working on perfecting that Iron Fist. So I'm not just going to rip off Video Copilot's subsurface skin effect and stick it on my hand. Not like anyone's done that. They have. So in order to complete this effect, you gotta shoot yourself throwing the lightning, just like I'm demonstrating awkwardly in this example.
My God.
Exactly. You'll also need to shoot yourself, wait, let me finish, shoot yourself running out of frame. Also in a circle so we can composite that loop into our shot. Now you don't need to run around more than say once, because we'll be using our cutting frames technique from our flash running tutorial in this effect. But just for safety, I'd recommend shooting a clean plate for all of these shots as well. Now you'll also, and it kind of goes without saying at this point, you'll need to grab the download pack in the description. Now at this stage, I've only made this pack flash colored, but if you want me to make all the speedsters, let me know down in the comment section and I'll get onto that. Now guys, just to let you know, this is part 1 of a part 2 tutorial. I've run really low on time this week, so I'll just be covering the lightning throw in this tutorial, and then we'll cover running the loop and actually launching that lightning at someone in the next part. But for now, that's all we need. So let's get to work, shall we? Okay guys, here we are back in After Effects. My comp is all set up and ready to go. If we check out a preview, you can see here's my lightning throw in all its glory, minus the lightning. Now a little side note here, I shot this around 30 times, that's 30 individual throws because I wasn't happy with the first 29, and by the end my arm was pretty damn sore. So if you can, try and get this within 10 takes. Now as you can see from the comp, I've cut a few frames out from the start of my throw to speed up my entry into the frame a little. I actually did this in Premiere Pro before I exported it to After Effects using Dynamic Link. And if I stretch this frame here all the way back to the start of the comp, you can see it's a lot less urgent in the preview. So I encourage you to do the same. Now gang, just like with Strike and Fight Night, the process for applying the lightning throw doesn't really change. You just import the image sequence, make sure it's 24 frames a second. If it isn't, right click, head to interpret footage, change it, and hit OK. We'll then drag and drop it onto our scene and scale it down to say 50%. Now let's scrub through the footage on the timeline and see how well the timing matches. As you can see, my footage doesn't exactly match the throw I've created. It's too fast. So what do? Well, you have two options. One is fiddly and the other one is, well, it's fiddly as well. So fiddling is unavoidable. The first option is to use time stretch to speed up the lightning. So for example, we right click on our footage, head to time and select time stretch. And let's say add a value of 75. If we check out a preview now, the lightning matches up much better. But it seems like it might be a little too fast now. So we'll just follow those exact same steps and readjust. And let's type in say 80. If we preview again, that looks much better. Now let's explore the second option, which is a bit more intrusive, and that involves cutting frames from the lightning animation to match the speed of your actor. So let's scrub along the timeline and say, oh, we like everything up to this point, and that's when the timing goes a little bit crappy. So we can then hit Ctrl-Shift-D or Command-Shift-D on a Mac to split the clip. We'll then say trim a few frames away, like so, and then we'll butt those two cuts back together again. There we go. Now if we check out a preview, you can see the animation is timed properly and we didn't have to speed up our lightning throw and compromise the animation's 24 frames per second speed. This is what I used in my example clip at the start of the episode, as it's pretty easy to make quick cuts in the lightning layer because lightning is random by nature and your eyes find it hard to notice a cut with all those details going on. But now with that done, we have to solve the problem of it sticking to our actor's body. and this is always a pain. So let's just go through it one more time. Now firstly, because we have two separate lightning layers now, let's highlight both and then pre-compose them to stitch them back together, and we'll name it throw. We'll then hit OK. From there, let's head to the first frame of our animation, right here. Hit S to bring up scale, hit the stopwatch, hit P to bring up position, hit the stopwatch, and then we'll hit R to bring up rotation, and let's make it 3 for 3 and hit that stopwatch. From there, we're going to go frame by frame and adjust all three parameters to better sync the lightning to our actor's movements. One thing to keep in mind is that you don't really want to keep the lightning scale at 50%. If you're going to move the position around, you may run into that edging issue that some of our previous strike animations have, because there's not a lot of frame to work with at that 50% ratio. So my sweet spot was around 125%. From there, we can easily follow up that by adjusting our position frame by frame like I'm doing right now, until the lightning is completely thrown. The end result looks like this. Quick side note though guys, I never touched the rotation in this one because I was happy with the direction the lightning was going, but the option is there if you need it. So we've stuck the lightning to our actor, now we've got to blend it. To do that, firstly change the transfer mode to screen. Bam! Looks better already, right? Second step, let's hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, and having that layer selected, we're going to head up to Effect, Blur and Sharpen, and add a Directional Blur. Now let's set that bitch to like -90 degrees and crank it up a little bit, say 15 to 20. You'll then notice that if I turn it on and off, it removes a little bit of the harshness and gives the illusion of a little bit of motion blur, just softening that second layer a tad. One last thing you can do to sell the effect even better is add some lightning reflecting on some objects. I used the frame comics on the wall over there. It's subtle, but it does ground the effect much better. And to do that, well, it's pretty damn easy. Let's duplicate our base lightning comp, hit S, remove the stopwatch animation, hit P, remove the position animation, and then let's scale it down to fit the frames back here. There we go. Once that's done, we'll grab the pen tool and we're going to draw masks around the glass pieces of the frame, like so. We'll then hit F and feather them out a little bit, like anywhere from 5 to 20 pixels based on your shot. We'll then hit T and drop that opacity anywhere from 20 to maybe 55%. Once again, really evaluate what it looks like based on your shot. Now if we check out a preview, there it is. Of course, the final shot has the usual camera shake and lens dirt, but guys, this time around, I'm not going to cover them again because I'll just be repeating myself and repeating myself. Each of the other strike tutorials does have those elements. So if you check out those videos on the end screen, they'll go through those steps. But that, my friends, is a lightning throw shot done. Add up all those steps and you get something like this. Let's do this. Well, I think that takes care of them. So that's my take on the flash lightning throw, gang. It's honestly not that hard if you get someone like me to draw the lightning for you, but that's the beauty of the strike packs. Now while there is some work to do to composite them into your shot, the heavy lifting is done. And yes, I am aware that there's a fly getting around here and it is bugging me. Get it? Bugging me? Is it? Now if you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed what I do here, please hit that like button and share the video, and if you're not subscribed, why not click my head right now? I also appreciate any and all support on my Patreon. I've also got videos for our other two strike packs right here. The social media crap is above my head as always, and until I get back from Kunlun, keep learning.